Okay, y'all, what is up? It's Vincent, and I'm bringing you a new video. This one is another character concept for D&D 5e. It's the Star Wars style bounty hunter. Also with some proximity to the Mandalorian. We're gonna be using Artillery Artificer, right? We're going to be using Artillery Artificer to represent the Star Wars style bounty hunter in the way of his weapons, armor, and equipment, and different gadgets and all of that, right? I think it's a great fit. You'll see coming up, but the idea of this character is, like I said, the Star Wars style of bounty hunter. So, a mysterious figure, right? Head to toe in armor, wielding a variety of weapons, gadgets, equipment, right? Okay. And doing that sort of bounty hunter thing, which is sort of an adventuring style of thing, right? They're chasing down the leads, right? They're chasing down, oh, this person went missing, or this person needs to be found, or this person needs to be killed, or some things like that, right? Or we need you to go steal this thing, recover this thing, right? People and things who need to be found or collected or destroyed or things like that, right? Typical, it's honestly typical adventuring stuff that a Star Wars style bounty hunter gets into, right? But just a little bit more of a mercenary style of a perspective on it. It's a mercenary. I'm in it for the money. I'm in it for a job, right? I'm the best around. I get the job done, that kind of thing. And it opens the character up to a wide variety of, look, I take a mission and I do it. You know what I'm saying? And it would work. I think it would work for a lot of scenarios, right? I think it would work for a lot of different campaign settings or party compositions or anything like that, because at the initially, at least for the initial engagement, this character is like, whatever, I don't care about any of that. I'm just here for the job and I'm here for the money, right? And then from there you could work into the role playing. Then you could work from there into the story of the character, actually getting into the part where you actually give a fuck, right? But for the first mission, right? For the first mission or two, you don't care. No concern for any of that, except for I'm here for the job and I'm here for the money. We're going to be using Artillery Artificer to represent the skills, weapons, abilities, armor, and gear for this Star Wars style bounty hunter. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Okay, y'all, what is up? We're going into the build portion of this video. Okay. First of all, we're gonna name this character. We're gonna name this character not. We're gonna name this character Nozzle. Well, I'm gonna name this character Nozzle. That's the name that I've used before for a bounty hunter character. Back when I used to write fan fiction. Yikes! You hate to see it. Nozzle was a name that I used for a bounty hunter character in my Star Wars fan fiction years ago. So that's what we're gonna go with. Let's pick any freaking thing. Doesn't actually matter. Let's pick this dude. This dude looks like, what is that? And the thing is, we're gonna be going custom lineage. Let's do investigation. Yeah, I mean, a bounty hunter typically is on the scene almost like a detective, right? The thing is, a bounty hunter is a singular entity. Obviously, in this case, you'd have a party with you, but The concept, the idea of it is like he once was at least like a lone wolf style of a character, where he walks in the room and it's him who has to analyze and assess the situation. Not to mention, Arcana is, or no, intelligence is going to be our number one statistic. So we got to get up to 18, and then we got to get up to 20. So let's do it. That's going to be investigation. Yes, sir. Then it's going to be investigation. Yep. And then it's going to be intelligence. Yes, sir. And then it's going to be dark vision. Let's do it. Then we're going artificer. Yep. And we're going artificer. Let's just do level 10. A brief, an overview and introduction to the character. And then beyond that, you can do your own thing. Let's do some abilities first, actually. Let's do ability scores first. Let's do point by. Let's do scores first. Let's do point by. Let's do 14 dex for armor and initiative. Let's not drop con. Let's have as much con as we can. And then we're gonna drop charisma. Let's see. Oh, we gotta take con up to 14, and then we can have some strength. Actually, we can actually have like normal strength, normal wisdom, dex, con, and intelligence. In particular, intelligence are the stats we're gonna raise, and then drop charisma. Not so lone wolf to be damaging to the party dynamic, right? But lone wolf in the concept, lone wolf before the party. Right. Okay. So a gruff, no nonsense, like faceless, right? Faceless because the idea of the Star Wars bounty hunter, more often than not, they're wearing a helmet, in the way of like a Mandalorian, right? Which a bounty hunter is not a Mandalorian. A Mandalorian is not necessarily a bounty hunter, but whatever. We're gonna go intelligence right here. So we're gonna start level 1. We're going to start level 1 with 18 intelligence. And we're going to go with Firebolt probably as the thing we do at level 1, right? We're going to go Firebolt, and then if we need like a spell or something, we'll see about that in the future. I think that history makes sense. I think that perception makes sense, and I think that for the tools, let's see, for the tools. Okay, so for the tools, here's the thing. The idea of the bounty hunter in Star Wars, they are a singular individual, meaning that they are highly self-reliant, meaning like they craft and tinker and upgrade with their own weapons. That's important. That is part of the problem. That's part of the reason why I picked Artificer, is because if you look at any freaking Star Wars character, let alone a rogue or bounty hunter or something like that, I will guarantee that you see some part of their equipment is modified, right? If you look at Han Solo, his blaster is modified, illegally modified. His ship, the Millennium Falcon, is illegally modified, right? Ships that don't have weapons on it, ships that typically don't have weapons on them, will have weapons. Weapons that shouldn't have like a scope or a repeater or whatever do have those things, right? If you look at so many characters that are not Jedi, right? Look at any non-Jedi or non-Sith character. I bet they will have something in their thing where it's like, oh, this was modified, or this was like modified or particularly treated, or it's a different crystal, or it's a different core, or it's a different barrel or something, right? In Star Wars, they have that kind of a thing going on with their ships, weapons, and all that, and gear and all that. So in terms of representing that in the game, maybe Smith's tools, probably, right? Probably Smith's tools. And not to mention the Artificer. I mean, that's why, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? Okay, so we got medium armor and shield. We got some skills. We got magical tinkering, which I don't like the word tinkering. I don't know. It sounds kind of childish. Sounds kind of weak, but magical tinkering, the ability to do different things with your stuff, right? And for this character, it would be like it would be more of a particular, I'm going in with my tools and I'm doing this thing and I'm creating like a gadget, right? I'm creating this gadget or this little, whatever it is, noisemaker or light or something. Mechanically, they're going to be using their spells and abilities. They're not going to use weapons. But in terms of the flavor of it, in terms of how you describe and present this character, there's going to be like a firearm or a weapon or a something, right? In terms of the presentation of the character. So we're going focus, defense, and then we're going weapon. And this might depend on your party. This might depend on your party of what you will need to do. I just thought of the most insane thing to represent the jetpack. To represent the jetpack that a bounty hunter sometimes has in Star Wars, we're gonna go with boots of flying or the winged boots or something like that, right? Unless you have a like fighter or barbarian or something like that, in which case it would be worth to enhance their weapon at early levels. Something to consider. So for the Artificer Specialist, this is where we get into some interesting developments with the character. For the Artificer Specialist, we are going to go with Artillerist. Why? Because the Artillerist Artificer gets they get the cannon, right? They get the cannon, and then the cannon can represent different uses of the bounty hunter's technology, right? Okay, so the bounty hunter in Star Wars sometimes has a flamethrower on their wrist, right? If you've seen episode 2, you know what I'm talking about. When Jango Fett busts out the flamethrower on his wrist, that shit is clean, bro. Right? Okay. Also the rockets. Here's the thing. He has like a blaster, right? He has like a gun, right? Okay. And then on top of that, he has rockets and flamethrowers and darts and missiles and all kind of shit on top of that, right? That's what this cannon is going to represent. The cannon, the spells, all that. It's lit, bro. So for the first ability score, you're going intelligence. Why did I click? We're going intelligence. Why am I? Okay, thank you. And then thank you like that. Okay, sick. So 20 intelligence at level 4. It's lit. It's very lit. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. First, you get the cannon. What the cannon does, like I said before, when you get the cannon, you literally get the flamethrower, like Jango Fett, right? You get the flamethrower like Jango Fett, or you get the force, or you get the ballista. You get a shot, right? You get the flamethrower wrist. You get the wrist flamethrower, or you get the wrist missile rocket thing, right? Or you get like an aura of a healing protection thing. If you need that, fine, sure. You would use the cannon on your person, right? I've seen strategies. I've seen Treant Monk describe a strategy where you have your cannon on a melee ally, right? One of your allies goes into melee, so you put the cannon onto that ally's shoulder or whatever, right? And then that ally goes into battle, right? And then you have the cannon on the front line, right? Put your cannon on the frontline character. The frontline character goes to the front line. So now your cannon is on the front line, able to deliver the flamethrower or deliver the protection healing hit points. Cool. You know, if you wanted to go like that route, cool. But for me, I want to use the cannon as an augment onto my own character, to where I can shoot the flamethrower like Jango Fett. Or if not that, then like a missile rocket shot, right? Missile rocket shot like the ballista. There you go. That's what I want to do. Interesting, when you get to level 5, the arcane firearm, right? Okay, so now you can actually have your wand or whatever you were using before, the wand, staff, whatever, now is actually in the shape of a gun. Like the bounty hunter. It's lit, bro. Cause then you can shoot the firebolt out of the gun, out of the firearm. It's lit, bro. Get some tools, right? At level 6, get this. Is that a healing? Oh no. That is a ability check boost for your intelligence, which your intelligence is max level 4. So that should be pretty strong. For this one, what would I even do for this one? You could go alert, or you could go mobile with this character, or just buff your con. That could work too, right? Okay. So then at level 9, you get a buff to your cannon. Or, so then at level 9, you get a buff to your cannon, meaning you can get more damage out of your wrist mounted, I'm saying wrist mounted because it's a tiny object, right? And your tiny object can be put on your shoulder, on your freaking head. It's tiny, right? So you could put it wherever you want, and it has legs, and you can have legs if you want, right? Shoot a flamethrower out of your wrist. That's my suggestion to you. For your equipment, go ahead and go half plate and shield for your armor. You could go enhanced defense. Go ahead and go to enhanced defense for a +1. Or you could go resistance. You could go either +1 or resistance. Which one would you prefer? Depending on, here's the thing. If you're like traveling through a haunted forest, and the haunted forest is inhabited by snakes, right? And it's just like a ton of snakes, and they're all doing poison damage to you, right? If you once you realize that situation, you could long rest, change your armor over to resist poison, right? And then have more survival as you're going through that area. Same thing with if you're traveling through hell, through like a burning hellscape thing, right? Change your armor to resist fire. You know what I'm saying? If you understand and can anticipate the threat you're going to face, change your armor to match that. That would be really powerful. So yeah, so the strategy, right? So the strategy of this character is throw out firebolt off of your arcane firearm, right? Throw off firebolt off of your arcane firearm, and then throw off flamethrower with your eldritch cannon, your freaking wrist rocket, your wrist mounted flamethrower and or rocket, right? And then obviously as you may need, throw out fireball, right? As the need arises, you can throw out fireball, or as the need arises, you can throw out whatever lightning or big spells, right? For your normal damage, for your normal encounters, firebolt and flamethrower, right? With your with the idea of a bounty hunter like Star Wars, right? You got your freaking blaster, got your blaster for firebolt. For your cannon, you got your wrist-mounted either wrist-mounted flamethrower, or missile launcher, missile dart shot, right? All that kind of thing. Different interpretations of your abilities. It's lit, bro. It really is lit. What I would do for spells, is probably absorb elements. Yeah, I would probably go absorb elements. Shield is already on your list. Shield's already on your list. Honestly, the thing is, you already have Thunder Wave, so you don't need to take an attack spell. Honestly. So what you could do is, honestly, something like Grease is pretty good. Here's the thing. The artillery class. The artillerist class has the offensive spells you may want already built in. So really, all you're doing is choosing the utility that you want, because you literally already get Shatter, Scorching Ray, Thunder Wave, and Fireball. You get all the you get a suite of offensive spells you can throw at your enemy easy, right? So beyond that point, pick whatever utility that you might want. Some healing. Artificer gets Revivify, Restoration, things like that. It's really lit. It's really not even hard. It's really not even hard with this class to do what you want to do. So yeah. So there you go, honestly. There you go. Artillery Artificer, using the skills, abilities, spells, and all of that from the Artillery Artificer to create a Star Wars style bounty hunter with the abilities and spells representing various weapons, gadgets, and all of that. Right? Oh my god. Let me know what is your favorite Artificer build. Let me know what you thought of this build in the comment section. If you liked the video, then like the video. That just makes sense. If you want to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah.